the United States declared independence in 1776. With independence came the need for a new currency. Before this, colonists used a mix of foreign coins and paper money. This was confusing and inefficient. The young nation needed its own stable system. The Continental Congress issued the first national currency in 1775. These were called Continentals. However, they were not backed by gold or silver. The value fluctuated wildly. This led to inflation and economic instability. The experience with Continentals highlighted a crucial lesson. A reliable currency needs a solid foundation. This would be a key consideration in the formation of the US dollar. The Constitution was ratified in 1788. This gave Congress the power to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and a foreign coin. This was the foundation for a stable national currency. In 1792, Congress passed the Coinage Act. This act officially established the United States dollar as the country's standard unit of currency. It also created the United States Mint. The Coinage Act defined the dollar in terms of both gold and silver. This bimetallic standard aimed to provide stability. The act also outlined the denominations for coins and their silver or gold content. The early years of the US dollar were marked by significant change and adaptation. The young nation still relied heavily on foreign coins, as the domestic currency system was still in its infancy. The Civil War brought about a significant development, the introduction of the greenback, a pivotal moment in American financial history. In 1861, facing the enormous costs of the Civil War, the United States issued demand notes, which were a form of paper currency. These demand notes were the first paper money issued by the US government since the Continentals, which had been used during the Revolutionary War. They were printed with green ink on the reverse side, earning them the nickname greenbacks. Greenbacks were a type of fiat money, meaning they were not backed by physical commodities. Their value was not tied directly to gold or silver, which was a departure from traditional currency systems of the time. Instead, they were backed by the credibility and trustworthiness of the US government, which was a novel concept for many. Initially, people were hesitant to accept them as they were unsure of their value and stability, but their convenience, coupled with the government's efforts to promote their use, led to their gradual acceptance and integration into everyday transactions. The period following the Civil War was one of significant economic expansion. The US dollar played a vital role in this growth. Its use became increasingly widespread within the country. The National Banking Acts of 1863 and 1864 established a national banking system. This system brought much-needed stability and uniformity to the nation's financial landscape. It also helped promote the use of a single national currency. The gold standard, formally adopted in 1900, linked the dollar's value to gold. This provided a sense of stability. However, it also limited the government's ability to influence the money supply. Section 5. The dollar's ascent to global power. The 20th century witnessed significant shifts in global power dynamics. World War I had devastated European economies. The United States emerged from the war in a position of economic strength. The US dollar began to take on a more prominent role in international trade and finance. This was partly due to the decline of the British pound sterling. The pound had been the dominant global currency for centuries. The interwar period saw economic instability and the gold standard's collapse. Despite these challenges, the dollar's role in international transactions continued to grow. As Section 6, Bretton Woods and the post-war era, the aftermath of World War II marked a significant turning point for the US dollar, reshaping the global economic landscape. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944 established a new international monetary system, which was a groundbreaking development in global finance. This system aimed to promote global economic stability and prevent a return to the economic turmoil of the interwar years, which had caused widespread hardship. Under Bretton Woods, the US dollar became the world's primary reserve currency, a role that brought immense influence to the United States. Other countries fixed their currencies to the dollar, creating a stable exchange rate system that facilitated international trade. The dollar, in turn, was pegged to gold, ensuring its value was backed by a tangible asset. This system effectively established the US dollar as the anchor of the global financial system, a position it still largely holds today. The Bretton Woods system facilitated international trade and investment, creating a more interconnected global economy. It also helped rebuild war-torn economies, particularly in Europe, where the Marshall Plan provided additional support. The US dollar's role as the world's reserve currency solidified its global dominance, influencing international economic policies and practices for decades to come. Section 7, the floating dollar and beyond. The Bretton Woods system lasted until 1971. Facing economic challenges, President Richard Nixon took the US off the gold standard. This marked the end of the fixed exchange rate system. The US dollar became a floating currency. Its value was determined by market forces. Despite this significant change, the dollar retained its position as the world's leading reserve currency. The floating exchange rate system brought both opportunities and challenges. It provided greater flexibility for monetary policy. However, it also introduced volatility in exchange rates. Section 8, the US dollar today. Today, the US dollar remains the world's most important currency, playing a crucial role in the global economy. It is the dominant currency in international trade and finance, used in the majority of global transactions. Central banks around the world hold large reserves of US dollars, ensuring liquidity and stability in their own economies. The dollar's continued dominance is attributed to several factors, including its widespread acceptance and trust. These include the size and strength of the US economy, the stability of the US political system, and the depth and liquidity of US financial markets, which are unmatched globally. The story of the US dollar is one of remarkable evolution, reflecting the changing dynamics of the global economy. From its humble beginnings to its current status as the world's leading currency, the dollar's journey reflects the growth and influence of the United States on the world stage, shaping international trade and finance for centuries.